to start. Try to find confidence early, and when the set play actually works, good on you.
Lee and Flan in the backcourt wearing their correct jersey numbers tonight. Thomas Houck, leading scorers, having an incredible season as he shifts back to that UF backcourt. First touch for the Gators. Here's Alex Condon. Condon the spin and the finish.
Just going to be tough down low. You can't double too quickly, but these guys, these bigs do such a good job of utilizing the dribble, keeping their head up, being able to pass if you bring help.
Third straight start for Rashad King. He'll run the point to start before Thomas makes his 2026 debut. Nwoko to Tamba, no. And a late whistle. There's a foul against the Gators.
Really good stuff. Look, teams come in and they have a set play to start. Rarely does it actually work, especially leading to a dunk. And on the other end, no real dig down to get the ball back out. No hard double to kind of play out of that. And it's just going to be easy for Condon down low.
Gators ranked number 16 again. They return to the top 25. The foul was on Alex Condon. And Tamba at the strike. 65% at the line. He'll get one more for head coach Todd Golden, year 4. They won a national championship here last season, John, and who knows, they may be able to do it again. You see his numbers in league play.
I think the biggest key is getting guards to get comfortable, to provide the balance that you need when you have such a strong front court.
1 of 2 for Tamba. Here come the Gators. Xavier Lee wearing number 1. 99 looked pretty good in Nashville, didn't it?
You did like it.
Little wardrobe malfunction, didn't have enough jerseys.
Hey guys, we're here. We're live. We're down to single digits on the Origins. Thanks, Dean, for the pickup. Got a couple pickups on update. Appreciate it.
Gators, like they did in Nashville when he scored 20. It's a big-time bonus.
And I think the other key is just being able to go at an opposing big constantly with multiple players. Whoever it is, they're going to get worn down. This LSU front court's going to get worn down quickly.
Houck off the mark. And here comes Rashad King.
As much as I say that, Nwoko can do the same thing for LSU. He's a physical presence.
McKinnon the reverse, nicely done, and he used the rim for protection.
Well, you've got to protect yourself around the rim when you're playing against Florida, considering the size. I mean, really, 3, 4, and 5 are all shot blockers.
John, how important is it for LSU to get off to a decent start here on the road?
You just want some degree of confidence, and then there's the hope of DJ Thomas coming into this game and being able to have an impact.
Boogie Flan, no. Pops around, LSU's got it, and that was Markel Sutton. Tigers coming off their first league win of the year. Home win against Missouri. It's back on Saturday. Nwoko takes his time and a patient finish.
That goes right back to something we talked to Coach McMahon about, that short roll. And the short roll doesn't mean you have to shoot the shot 5 to 10 feet from the basket. It's just short roll where you can receive a catch and make the right decision. Mike Nwoko did that.
Back to the basket game for Condon. Met with resistance that time. 3 minutes in, LSU a 3-point lead. Xavier Lee, great closeout. Now it's Thomas Houck. He's 0 for 2 from downtown. And Nwoko and Shenyelu got tangled up. Matt McMahon also his 4th season, a former Bowling State head coach. And this game is critical for LSU. You get Thomas back at some point tonight, and the resume is in contention, in consideration. You'll hear from Joe Lenardi coming up in a few minutes. But they have a chance, but they need one of those marquee wins to kind of bolster things. Xavier Lee. Good box out by King.
Also think a good job by Coach McMahon getting Nwoko out, keeping him as fresh as possible. He's going to have to maximize the efficiency and effectiveness of all the minutes he gets.
McKinnon draws the double team. Well, he can be explosive at times. LSU needs that. In and out off the glass.
McKinnon's been a lot better. Obviously, he could shoot the 3, but he's good off the bounce, too, when he gets those long, hard closeouts.
Back outside to Condon. LSU will live with that shot. And Lockton just checked in. He'll get the offensive board. Now it's Lee.
Times you heard me, you're getting tired of me now, but I always say rhythm dribble. There's a high percentage 3.
Never tired of it. It helps me in my pregame routine.
That's true. You were lights out the other day.
Checked in on the timer, the runner, King. Not this time. Hout controls. Tied at 7. Here come the Gators. And the lob to Condon. He'll take a dribble, get bumped. He'll shoot 2. Well, coming up, we mentioned it moments ago. LSU needs a critical win on the road, but the Gators now a 4 seed. We'll tell you more after this.
I'm doing the last of our 2025 Pulse.
Bundle home and auto and save. Visit progressive.com. And in part by the new $6 All-American Smasher Meal from Sonic. Live free.
The Sonic $6 All-American Smasher Meal tops the burger food chain. Get it hand smashed and made.
Oh, I'll have another. Make it a double.
Dad, Mom thinks she's at a resort again.
Yeah, she told me.
When you'd rather not resort to a virtual resort,
This is much better in real life.
it matters where you stay.
Looking good, babe.
Book your spring break travel now. Hilton for the stay.
Not much longer now, and I will also take a worm.
Just wait and see.
Red Bull gives you wings. All aboard, Mother says, and down the hill they fly. They race across the frozen pond. She shoots, she scores, they cry. There's no day like a snow day, a fact you can't deny. Goldfish, the snack that smiles back.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Okay, you got this. It's just a laxative. How scary could it be? You can do hard things.
Honey, relax. It's Miralax. It works with the water in your body to hydrate and soften for gentle relief.
Relax. It's Miralax.
Ketchup, in my opinion, it's the epitome of where art meets science. Everything from flavor to color to texture is scrutinized. Am I a ketchup nerd? Absolutely.
The finest luxury fragrances are now exclusively available on everything you wash. Unstoppable's Unlimited Collection. Add it to your wash and
Everything will smell divine.
luxury laundry scent beads so you can smell unstoppable.
Paradise doesn't always have palm trees. Corona, La Playa awaits.
Well, you know, Joe Lenardi's somewhere in the bracket bunker trying to figure out exactly what's happening in the SEC. Right now, he's got the Gators moving on up to the 4 line. They've won 8 of 9, 2 of their last 3 against ranked foes. LSU with work to do, but the Gators' resume, think about who they face in the non-conference play. The schedule has been elite, and you think that will bode well come March when the current projection is a 4 seed.
Look, I think what sticks out to me is when you look at that list of teams that are in or around the field is variety and uniqueness. They're all unique in their own way, and while that's fun for us, it's absolutely hellish to be a coach in this league trying to prep for different teams.
Don't forget to like the channel, guys. We're live over on YouTube and on Facebook.
It's like calculated
link in
chaos.
the chat.
How do you prep for that? Sean Miller
We're going to rip
it's
some
almost
stuff,
like a one-off.
guys.
You can't build upon
Don't
all
be
the
afraid
things
to
that
jump
we've
in.
done in other games. You have to focus on what we need to do to win this
20%
game.
off
I
SBB20
think there are a
off.
number of teams like that in the conference that just provide a uniqueness that is a different prep. And that's challenging, but it also makes you dangerous in the NCAA tournament if you can get there.
Condon missed a pair of free throws after being fouled by Tomba. LSU gets it back in a tie game. Robert Miller on the attack. In a tough tumble, Handlock and Boogie Flan fell down. DJ Thomas Jr. on the floor for the first time, and LSU connects down low. It's 9-7. So we wondered how long it would take for Matt McMahon to bring in his star point guard. UNLV transfer, and the answer is about 5 minutes. Handlocked it, the tip in.
That size down low, there's just only so much you can do. You've got to rotate over to take a shot away, but on the backside, you're going to have an advantage to Florida because you're giving up position to help.
So DJ Thomas on the floor after suffering the foot injury. That was at the end of December, and the first time we've seen him in league play. He's on the court for LSU. They're an entirely different team.
They are, and mainly because you can play in ball screen situations. Wait till Mike DeWoko comes back into this game. You get into that roll lob situations. DJ Thomas is a magician with the ball screen, and that's where so much of the game is gone. I'm already watching him going, ooh, he looks good. He looks good. Yeah, you're kind of playing that out in your head. Like, how's he look? He's moving well. I thought he was moving well today at shooting.
Yeah, looked great at shoot around. We had the microscope right on top of him, examining every maneuver. Inside, Markel Sutton. Urban Klobuchar checks in for the first time. 7, a white jersey for the Gators. Sharpshooter. Good start for the visitors from Baton Rouge. Off their first league win. Condon didn't want the three, drives it inside, and that's wide. Back to the line.
We talk about the size for Florida, but we don't talk enough about the versatility of the size for Florida. The fact that you can go into a dribble handoff situation where you trust that this is a big in Condon who can turn around and shoot the three. You can deny the handoff and turn an attack off the bounce, which brings secondary defenders opening up rebounding opportunities. The size has just been an issue so far.
Super Tuesday rolls on later tonight, 9 Eastern over on ESPN. How about number 15 Vanderbilt taking on top 20 Arkansas, but Walton KU at Colorado. Late night, that's an 11 p.m. start East Coast time. As the Jayhawks back in the top 20. Darren Peterson. Boy, he's
all right, guys, here 20% off. Let's do it.
Somebody these
Figured
guys
I'd push a little bit more, see if we get some stuff going.
Talked about that. It's skill-based pro style, and these guys were groomed for it. They were made for it. Darren Peterson is like Ray Allen jump shot, and I don't know, Jason Kidd's ball skills. I don't know if either one of those are accurate. It's just what I feel when I watch them.
Condon 1 of 4 at the line. Gators by 1. LSU back to work. Thomas nearly turned it over. Miller. Shot clock at 8, and Miller too strong. Klobuchar on the move. For the closeout for LSU, that perimeter's been rock solid to start.
It has, but hard closeouts do open up the paint to a little dump in, an easy pass down low. So you've got to watch the hard closeouts that lead to a drive and dump down. They're going to be too easy for Florida. In theory, of course.
In theory. Thomas, the runner. Pushed it up there, was too strong. And now a scrum handlock. It going to be sandwiched on the baseline. And a jump ball, the arrow favors Florida.
Stick down low, it's so hard. The ball goes to the basket. If you're LSU, you play long closeouts. Yes, I would almost live with some threes. Because if they start getting to the basket, drawing secondary defenders, it leads to offensive rebounding opportunities, but also foul situations. It puts LSU in a situation where they've got to start picking up fouls. They can't contain the basketball. So Matt McMahon said, he goes, we want to get back, get set, and just maintain our base.
Mentioned the overall picture in the SEC. I remember talking to you back in the middle of the summertime, and we looked towards January, and we both kind of agreed together it would be Texas A&M.
Miller and the Hornets. Hornets are now 6 for 7 as a club. From the free throw line, the Beard, James Harden, in his first 16 games he's played. Harden stumbled, threw it up, and will go to the free throw line. Lefty free throw for James Harden. Here's a message from the Fresh Market. Just last year, James Harden passed the great Artis Gilmore on the all-time list of left-handed scorers in the history of the NBA. So he's Harden, standard issue with his left hand, and now it's the Hornets' turn to call a timeout. Harden, Zubats, Collins, Dunn, and Kobe Sanders Learning moment for Kniffel, guarding James Harden behind the line.
Yeah, I mean, he got some playing time when Brandon was out. Now he's earned the playing time he gets. Not a lot of rookies will be out sick. You might fall out of the rotation, but he's earned his playing time. End of the year, that'd be it.
McNeely swatted away by Lopez. Here comes the point god. James Harden gives the assist to Chris Paul. 40 years of age. Charles Lee's actually telling me about playing against him when he was in high school. Oh my goodness. Vintage James Harden.
Worst.
Blackjack in the first quarter. Everything going through Harden right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. It's like it's 2016 again.
I mean,
all right, so Harden a chance for a personal record with a bucket this time down the floor. Oh my goodness.
Sizzling.
26 big ones. Look out, Wilt Chamberlain. LaMelo. High up the window. What an answer. Chance for a three-point play for LaMelo.
Clippers on the, you're into the floor. Look at Harden right here. That is good D by Liam. Stopped him from the drive. Didn't have.
Is Harden. Now Kahn switches out.
There you got a good communication. Yep, go double it. Trying to take the ball in his hands. He does not want to give it up.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He has already set a personal record for points in a first quarter with 26. And now he'll have 3 free throws. When's this time you saw a 29-point quarter? He is turning back the hands of time.
He is.
James Harden back into the game. Harden had 27 in the first quarter, and he's got 29 after checking back in. Harden working up the Zubac screen. Oh, man.
Netherlands, along with Bert Blyleven. For Jones, clearly, we know what happened after 30, right? Career really tapered off. But at his peak, a lot of power and tremendous defense.
You know, Cliff, when he was talking to Carlos Beltran, mentioned all the hits that were taken away. The 2 best defensive center fielders I've ever seen are Devon White and Andrew Jones. And both of them had a similar skill for me. They were like great wide receivers in that it was almost like the ball waited for them. You know, that it would be there.
Oh, that's true.
I'd watch a game at Shea Stadium. It felt like Andrew Jones was 40 feet beyond the infield and somehow would be standing on the warning track, catch a ball without a sweat. And it was spectacular. And I just want to say one thing overall. You're going to say I look great, Cliff, but I've covered the sport for 40 years. Do you know, of all that time, only 2 center fielders in that time have been elected to the Hall of Fame who I covered? Griffey and Puckett. That's it. We had 2 today.
Yeah.
And I wonder if we've kind of missed it because there's a myth, and I'm going to test to drive a thing. We have Willie, Mickey, and the Duke, an actual song.
Yep.
And then Griffey, who was kind of a myth also, you know, like he was so good. Yep. And I wonder if everyone who was in between there, or was a contemporary Griffey got hurt, the Jim Edmonds, the Bernie Williams, the Johnny Damons, Kenny Lofton, Mike Cameron, Torrey Hunter on this ballot. And I just wonder if we've underappreciated it. The baseball writers have positionally voted in fewer center fielders than any other position. It was 8 before today. It's 10 now.
That's wild.
And I just wonder if veterans committees, if we made a mistake with guys like Dale Murphy, with Lofton, with Edmonds, etc., if this opens a door for them to be the center of attention.
It used to always be third baseman were historically unrepresented, but now center fielders especially. Andrew Jones, I mean, kind of the point that he was making, Cliffy, he played so shallow. Like he would dare you because he knew he would be able to go back and get to any ball. It was amazing the range.
That's one of the reasons I have a tough time grasping on to all of the analytics because
is this Cliffy getting robbed?
This is me getting robbed. This is me getting jammed. I think I got him, right? You don't have him ever, right? You never had him unless the ball went out the ballpark. And this is what he did. He always took chances. I'm like, that ball's in the gap.
Yeah.
That is a double. No, it's not. So, right, so when you think about, like, him taking hits, you remember. 15 of my 17 years was in National League East. I mean, when you think about him and what, you know, I was a one-dimensional hitter. But I tried to pull everything when I played the Braves because I was like, if I hit it, the center field is out.
Yeah.
And he made sure that he made sure the corners only took care of the lines. He's like, listen, you take care of lines, I got everything else. I got you. But I think when you think about him and what he did consistently, I think when I came into the league, I saw guys like Otis Nixon's and Brett Butler's. That was the center fielders. And they were slapping balls all around the field. And it was like, cool, okay, you're gonna be 300, hit a couple homers, and then this beast comes on the scene, hits 400 homers and he catching everything. And I'm like, he's different. And when you think about different, you have to be consistent and different. Yeah. And I think that plays as far as the 10 Gold Gloves and pitchers pitching contact because they knew the ball would get caught if it went to the off-field grass.
You were a 278 career average. If you didn't deal with Andrew Jones,
I'm over 2'8", see what I'm saying? We flirting with a different conversation in my pockets. Not the Hall of Fame, just my pockets.
The other part of it, too, why it takes a little bit of time here, Joel. In fairness, 9th year on the ballot is his career did go down. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, he had this incredible peak, and his numbers go down. So I don't think it's one of those that, like, why isn't Andrew Jones in? I'm like, no, it takes time to look at the totality of his career. If he'd finished stronger, it would have made sense. But ultimately, the numbers are there.
Yeah, I just go back to, I just wonder if they're, and I don't even know if it's true, like, because I've sit down with the ballot for almost 30 years. It wasn't like I sit and say, no center fielders.
Right.
And yet, it's been no center fielders. And I mean, we're talking really that superb players who have fallen off quickly. Edmonds, Lofton, Bernie Williams, like Torrey Hunter's getting it like 10%. He's a player.
Yeah.
Do we not appreciate greatness at this position enough? And do we have to reassess as voters how we think about it?
And also, by the way, Jones, the first guy elected fielder in 2000 hits since Ralph Kiner in 1975. Yeah. That's also an anomaly to say, okay, it doesn't have to be the counting stats. If you're just excellent for a period of time, we'll reward you and get you in the Hall of Fame. Congrats, Andrew Jones, as he'll once again be enshrined in Cooperstown this summer. A great day for center fielders in both Andrew Jones and Carlos Beltran. We'll talk about another one in terms of Cody Bellinger. What's his market like now that Kyle Tucker's gone? Joel will tell us next.
I'm a Denny's Super Slam. Hot stuff coming through. Okay, y'all can chill now. With our new Slammin' Meal Deals, you can feed everyone and still get dessert. If you've got room. Good luck. Denny's new Slammin' Meal Deals starting at $5.99.
Justin Jefferson, spend 30, get 10. Let's go. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Honey Nut Cheerios coming in hot. Who's ready for Lucky Charms?
Tastes like a touchdown.
Spend $30 on General Mills products, get a $10 reward.
Think switching to T-Mobile's a whole complicated thing? Nah, it's easy.
Switch to T-Mobile and unlock savings that are built to last. With T-Mobile's Better Value Plan, you can save over $1,000 a year versus Verizon and AT&T. Save on streaming, satellite, and more benefits that they leave out.
I get all the VIP perks. Don't mind if I do.
For a limited time, get our most value pack plan ever. Plus, switch right now, and we'll even pay off your old phone up to $800.
Stay chillin', just switching.
Over 500,000 people with AFib have left blood thinners behind with Watchman, a safe one-time implant that reduces stroke risk and bleeding worry. For life. Watchman. It's one time for a lifetime.
With Amica Auto Insurance, it's not just about where you're going, but who you go with. We're customer owned, and we look after what matters most to you. Together. Get your quote today.
Welcome to BFFs with Fred and Puka. Brought to you by Experian. Who would you say is your BFF?
You're one of my BFFs for sure.
Pook, sorry, buddy. I already got a BFF. Experian, my big financial friend. They can help you.
Let's try to fill something up, guys.
Time and
Love
money.
to rip
Can't
that
tell them about
Origins at least.
Do you do any?
I'll be back live Monday.
Experian does, and they can do it for you, Puka. You're like my little BFF.
Have the kids tomorrow through Sunday, so I'll be back live Monday.
Okay. Wait, get the app from your big financial friend, Experian.
This is the story of the one who knows that choosing Grainger for next day delivery and professional grade products can help him fly through the day like clockwork. Call, click, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What did you do?
It's okay, honey. I just won a new Ram on Deal Dash for $6,000. And the best part? Little Timmy wasn't in the old truck. So, double win. Go to DealDash.com for $50 of free credit.
Doug.
Imagine if we could tell everyone here that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance to save people hundreds.
Leave him! It's a mascot!
Oh, what's this? A fan has run out onto the field and he's not wearing pants.
Do birds need pants?
And the control room censored it.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
There's a method behind every manager. Go inside the mind of Dave Roberts as Bob Costas examines how his career has shaped his perspective. An MLB Network special, Bob Costas with Dave Roberts. Thursday at 9 Eastern on MLB Network.
Cody Bellinger, you wouldn't have any idea. He plays first base, he plays right field, he could play center field, he played left field, plays them all, and plays them all like it's his natural position.
Bellinger, he dives and makes the play.
Oh, my word.
And just remember, that's Cody Bellinger in left field.
I can't tell you a thing that this player doesn't do well on the field.
Wow, what a night, what a night. A grand slam for Cody Bellinger.
Ball player, he just does everything right.
You know you've made it when you make a voiceover montage. That was indeed Joel Sherman raving about the exploits and brilliance of Cody Bellinger. It's
that's what you do. You know, a Hall of Fame day for me, too.
I hear you. You know you've made it well. So allegedly the stories have been the Yankees and Bellinger at an impasse. I believe, Joel, the offer from the Yankees is allegedly 5 years, 155-ish. Apparently Bellinger's camp wants a 7-year deal. What happens next?
I think it's 5 at 160. I think they've offered a couple of opt-outs, and they've indicated this is their stopping point. And the question is there a team or teams out there that will do 6 or 7 and, you know, for more money? Or is there a team, I would keep an eye on the Mets in particular, who just did this with Bo Bichette, who will do less years but at a high annual value, and that gets the player. I would say, and again, I don't... Not all things are cookie cutter. Yep. But this has reminded me so much of the DJ LeMahieu negotiation. Remember, 2019, 2020, LeMahieu almost wins the MVP in both seasons.
On a 2-year, $24 million deal.
Right? Yeah. So he's a free agent at the end of it. And the Yankees and LeMahieu clearly want to stay married. But they haggle and they haggle. What's the shape of this look like? What's the shape? The Yankees haven't hidden their affection for the player. I think if they don't sign him, it isn't like they'll have $30 million to spend. I think they'll maybe spend another 10 or something. Sure. This is what they'll bust the budget for. They want this player back. He's such a Swiss Army knife, plays across the outfield, could play first base, hits lefties, an incredibly high baseball IQ, can obviously handle New York. This is an excellent player. I would argue he fits the Mets no less equally well, and arguably better because Polanco has never played first base, so you have an answer in case that doesn't work. They don't have like a center fielder. You know, they're thinking about Benj. Taylor's really more of a fourth, fifth outfielder. Yeah. And while that's probably the worst of his positions, he can handle it. It's an interesting endgame. He's the last high-end position player left in the market with Bichette and Tucker coming off. I'll finish this with LeMahieu. It's what I meant to say. Yeah. The Yankees and LeMahieu didn't get there till January 27th. Yeah. So, like, sometimes these things linger until you can figure out how to keep the marriage together. Yeah. Will they figure out how to keep the marriage together?
That ended up being a 6-year, $90 million contract. It's really, Cliff, I'm not trying to give Belly's camp advice, but as the player, as Joel said, you fit so well in pinstripes. You were comfortable there, nearly 30 and 100. Don't chase the money. This is a good deal here. Unless you get blown out of the water. I mean, like you said, if the Mets give you $50 million a year, fine. But to me, it makes sense for both sides if he stays in pinstripes.
Well, I guess it depends on how long the Yankees hold that thing out there, right? And maybe you don't know how long they do.
So can I just... Yeah, that's such an important point you're making because, like, the Yankees are probably thinking the fallback position is someone like Harrison Bader or Austin Hayes to serve as the right-hand complement to Jason Dominguez, whereas if it's just Bellinger, they won't do that. And at some point, do they have to turn to Bellinger and say, hey, man, we love you, but we can't be shut out of everything in case you say no to us?
So we're going to get back to that board in 1 second. Sure. But this is about the player. And when you get a chance to get the red carpet, if you go away from 2002 when he left the Dodgers and then he had to start to kind of reinvent himself, dealt with the injury, got himself back on track, and became a really good hitter again, right? That's what it boils down to. Can you do that and be the hitter that demands this type of money? But when you are somewhere where the ballpark fits you, and every once in a while you'll go back, and this board right here says, Yankee Stadium fits him.
Yeah.
Right? The road didn't do him so well, but at home, he killed it. And right, so these are things that play as a player, my mindset for comfortability, for me to feel good, to go about spring training, cool my team on, have to go and make, new friends and try to figure this thing out and be the guy that has that pressure. You know exactly what's going on in that clubhouse. You know exactly what's going on when you get to Tampa for spring training. All these things fit.
Yeah.
Now listen, I'm not in this camp, but sometimes as a player, you got to take hold of a situation. And I'm not saying he's not.
Sure.
I'm thinking Boris is saying it's out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to say, Boris ain't out there.
Right.
And I love Boris. He's been around forever. He's done wonders for players.
Of course.
But I think when you look at those splits, it speaks to me about being comfortable. And I know he's been through a lot, right? To get back on track, and people doubted him ever being good again. But he got himself back being good. You don't want to lose that again. And you want to be rich for the rest of your life. And I think these things match where he's at. And he played in the biggest stage, brightest lights, Yankee Stadium. And I think he understands that there's a chance to win because you're getting healthier from the pitching rotation.
Yes.
You got the bullpen back. This team has a chance to win with him in it.
Yeah.
He not in it. It's a whole different dynamic on the other side over there in Queens. Not saying it can't work. I'm just saying that what I just saw looked really good as far as how he fit in that Yankee batter's box in Yankee Stadium.
But I do wonder if the Jays and the Mets came up short for Tucker, do they now tend those resources towards Bellinger? That's the game.
I'd watch the Mets in particular.
I think so. So still to come here on MLB Tonight. As that drama unfolds, we do know the answer to who's going to be going into the Hall of Fame alongside Jeff Kent this July. Andrew Jones will be going to the Hall of Fame, as will Carlos Beltran. We'll check in with Brian Kenny, Jason Stark, and John Morosi from the Hall after this.
Oh, my cheese. The new OM cheeseburger from Applebee's. We took our juicy all-beef patty, melty American cheese, crispy applewood smoked bacon, spicy honey mustard, and fries, and put it on a sizzling skillet of cheese. So push the cheese, pull the cheese, love the cheese. Too much cheese? Never. Applebee's new OM cheeseburger for $11.99, also on our 2 for $25 menu.
This is Alex. Alex needed help investing his savings. With his advisor, Dennis, he opened 3 accounts.
One for now, one for later, and of course, his retirement.
More than big goals for his future, Alex has got a plan to get there.
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels. Also from Advil, Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up to 8 hours.
AMC is the new home of TNA Thursday Night Impact.
This is TNA's greatest stage.
Every Thursday at 9, total non-stop action.
It is like electricity.
TNA Thursday Night Impact. Thursdays at 9, live on AMC.
What would you pay for an iPad Pro? I only paid $42 on Deal Dash.
DealDash.com. Online auction since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. And this smart charcoal grill sold for $16. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20. Deals like these and many more happen in the thousands of daily auctions on DealDash.com. All auctions start at $0. And remember, everything must go.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And you get a 90-day money-back guarantee with your first purchase.
This brand new iPhone sold for less than $42. And this DJI drone sold for less than $21.
And I got it for $16 on Deal Dash.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
There are auctions going on right now. So what are you waiting for?
At FrameBridge, we believe the items you frame tell your story. Life is full of moments worth celebrating, and we're here to frame them all. Custom frame everything you love. Big, little, and in between. Visit a store or framebridge.com to get started.
Some dream of curling up on the couch for the night. Others dream of spending all day in their outdoor oasis.
My favorite.
Whatever the dream, it's in reach. At IKEA, dream the possibilities.
Your home is your happy place until you come back to bad odors. Use Febreze Plug-In. It has a microchip that alternates between 2 scents to fight odors and provide freshness for up to 50 days. Try Febreze Plug.
trades, free agency, Hall of Fame announcement. MLB Network has the offseason covered. Start today with the leadoff spot.
Ken Griffey Jr., so good to see you.
Then take a spin on the rumor mill with Hot Stove.
And where you add is by making the pitching staff deeper.
And cap off the day with MLB Tonight for the latest from all 30 clubs.
When you stack his body of work, those are Hall of Fame numbers.
The offseason coverage never stops on the home of baseball, MLB Network.
Holy smokes, Carlos Beltran.
I can do a little bit of everything.
Beltran belted it.
I'm hitting home runs. I can run, I can steal bases. I can play good defense.
He made a great catch.
I'm able to throw.
Beltran bringing it home.
My goal is be one of the best. I want to be just a baseball player.
That's an amazing player.
When I'm retired, I want people to know that I'm one of the best.
Certainly a joyous day for Carlos Beltran and for Andrew Jones as both these gentlemen get the 75% needed for election, and they'll be going to the Hall of Fame. Chase Utley, by the way, had a big jump, as did Andy Pettitte and Felix Hernandez. It's not great news for Alex Rodriguez. Maynard Ramirez is last year on the ballot. He's done. And Bobby Abreu at 30%. With more on celebrating Beltran and Jones being inducted alongside John Morosi and Jason Stark. The Stark Truth. Here's Brian Kenny.
Well, thank you so much. We love the numbers, of course, when we're looking at baseball numbers, or even just the results for the Hall of Fame ballot. So let's take a look at it. Again, 84%, 78% at the very top. Carlos Beltran, Andrew Jones. Let's start there before we start working down. Jason, the tracking bore true, where they were getting big numbers and they landed safely above the 75%.
Right. I don't think we knew for sure that Andrew Jones was going to get elected, but he makes it by 3%, and it completes an amazing journey. Andrew was 10 votes away from falling off the ballot. His first year, he got 31 votes. 18 players on that ballot got more votes than him, and he's in the Hall of Fame. He's picked up 303 votes along the way. Think how hard it is to change 300 minds when there's only 400 people voting.
That's a good point. Look, Billy Wagner started at 10% year one. Scott Rowland, 10%. Todd Helton, 17%. So we've seen, again, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's social media, analytics, or we just kind of like momentum a little more. We've seen guys make climbs that ordinarily you do not make in this process.
The ballot this year was a little less crowded, and Jason talked a lot about the new voters who have come in a bit younger. The electorate's getting younger, maybe a bit more analytically inclined, thanks to Brian Kenny. And so as a result, there's, I think, a more thorough hearing of the careers of Beltran and Jones in particular. It also, I think, shows the wisdom of being a big ballot voter, that you keep players on it longer. We talked about guys like Berkman and Edmonds and Delgado who fell off after just one time on the ballot in the past. Yeah. This is why it takes such care and so crucial, Jason, to keep players around, because history and the understanding of the way, BK, you do such a great job of telling the story on the show, generations change. Each individual era of the sport has a different character and texture to it, and the voting this year, Jason, certainly reflected that.
Yeah, and guys, this is a very unusual election. We had one player elected on his 4th ballot, another one elected on his 9th. That had only happened one time in the history of annual voting, and it was 50 years ago. Robin Roberts and Bob Lennon. You don't see this much, but it's exactly what you're talking about, JP, is people like us who've done the ballot management thing, understanding how minds can change and candidacies can look differently. And you can connect the dots from one Hall of Famer to somebody else on the ballot. We've kept these guys alive, and look what happened.
Yeah, again, there's a 5% rule, and it's a yes-no, so you can get a result that's disproportionate to like how good the player actually is. Now, along those lines, this was a year without a first ballot Hall of Famer, and by the way, 10 of the last 12 years, there's been a first ballot Hall of Famer. There wasn't this year. There was no obvious candidate. There was no Ichiro, Adrian Beltre, Joe Mauer. So it was a chance to reassess, and I'm kind of pleased with the results. Look, King Felix Hernandez moves way up, at, 25% more, up to 46%. Now, King Felix is in year 2. Chase Utley's in year 3. He moves way up, so they're looking good. Andy Pettitte is in year 8. Now, it seems that his limited ties to PEDs It seems to be fading a bit, but will it be enough? Like, does he have enough time, JP?
It's a great question, BK. I think that, to me, is one of the biggest topics coming out of this election is there enough time for Pettit? I think he'll probably fall just shy, to be honest, as you look at just 2 more tries. But I'm encouraged, as someone who voted for him for the first time this year, that when you put his career in context, as you mentioned, what has been documented in the PED realm with him is limited. And to use the saying that our friend Joel Sherman has used in the context of this voting in other cases, do you believe in his career? I often hear Joel's words in my mind as I'm thinking about a particular candidate. And I believe in Andy Pettit's career. I believe in the achievements. I believe in the October reliability, time after time, year over year. The consistency, Jason, for me, has won out. Now, with respect to Felix and Utley, what this tells me is the younger electorate is okay with the big-time peak and the not a lot of years of numbers.
I have to say, I kind of like that. I like rewarding greatness. Do I want 18 years of it? Yeah, I'd like everybody to be Hank Aaron. But you're not going to get it. So if you have 6 or 8, I'm good with that.
I mean, you've been a big reason that I have evolved in that direction. I want to thank you for that. I think you're exactly right. But this is still an incredible result. I'm amazed by Felix. Amazed. He got 115 more votes this year than last year. Wow. Did you see that coming? It really tells you how voters think now and how they vote now.
Also, Cole Hamels gets 24%.
It's another one.
Up. That's year 1 again. So we're looking at pitchers differently. I know you guys have written about that. We've been talking about it, and you need to. Now, along those lines, next year we have 2 players who, for the first time making their debut on the ballot, 2 players who are strong candidates at the very least, who are in the WAR range of 43 and 45. Normally, what you need to get into the Hall of Fame is, I hate to say it, 60. So Buster Posey at 45, John Lester at 43, and yet, like, when you were watching the guy and then year after year, did you think he was a Hall of Famer? Did he feel like a Hall of Famer? Does he sound like a Hall of Famer? Yes, they both do, right? I'm saying that. Go ahead.
Especially with Posey. You felt that way, and you did with Lester as well, with all the postseason achievements. But especially when you consider the context here. Joe Mauer gets in without a ton of bulk numbers, similar to Posey. And what you're seeing now with the peak voting for Felix and for Utley, Posey's chances to get in have gotten a lot higher. And Jason, I also look at Lester. He'll debut in a way that I think is somewhere between where Hamels was and where Felix was on this ballot, because to me, the breadth of his resume is even stronger than Cole Hamels.
Yeah, well, one of the great things that Lester has going for him is he was such an October monster. 9 playoff teams, that's a lot of starts, it's a lot of innings, and among starting pitchers, with 20 starts and at least 75 innings, he ranks number 1 in ERA, number 1. And then Buster Posey, 1,500 hits on the nose. You know the last time the writers elected somebody with under 1,600 hits? It was 1962. His name was Jackie Robinson. Wow. But when Buster gets elected with 1,500 hits, it changes the world. How different does Dustin Pedroia look? How different does Chase Utley look? Right? How different does David Wright look? This is going to open the door for a lot of players who don't have anywhere near those 3,000 hits to rely on.
And you were just on the Veterans Committee with Don Mattingly and Dale Murphy, and still you're here to this day. They didn't do it long enough. And that is changing. Wait a second. Was he the best player in the league? Was he the best player at his position? Was he the best player in baseball? And look, all of this is just an excuse to talk baseball, right? And remember the names and go back and harken back to, wait a second, right? Buster Posey was the man. Wait a second. John Lester in the playoffs, he was the man. This is what's fun about baseball, and we're surrounded now by the plaques of the men that we remember that have been honored here, and it just gives, I'm getting goosebumps now just sitting in here and looking at it, and to know that there'll be 2 more, a class of 3 this summer, it's a great feeling. Back to you.
All right, BK and friends, excellent job as always breaking down what happened at Cooperstown. We come back, what could happen with regards to Freddie Peralta? What's the market like for that Brewers ace? Joel Sherman tells us next.
Four delicious pieces of chocolate. 3 crisp wafers. 2 layers of sweet Kit Kat filling. 1 incredible break. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
You know what our kids don't want? Our spoon collection. Or my holiday decorations.
We spend a lifetime collecting things we love, but the best thing we can leave behind? Peace of mind. If you thought you couldn't afford life insurance, you can with Physicians Life Insurance Company. Plans start as low as $570 a month. Getting coverage is simple. No health questions, no medical exams, and up to $30,000 in coverage for life. For all the details, call now or visit physicianslife.com for your free info kit.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
I kept seeing this ad for 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra for $7 from Friday Plans and figured it was too good to be true. So I investigated. I went to FridayPlansClub.com and got a free prescription after filling out a quick form. Friday Plans also gave me free 3-day shipping, and it arrived in plain, discreet packaging. I tried my first tablet, and within 30 minutes I could tell it was working. It works exactly like the name brand. Who knows how long this will last? Go to FridayPlansClub.com and get yours today.
Oh my God, I won. Guys, I just saw someone win an iPad for under $10.
I got this amazing Japanese knife set for just 75 cents.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
There's millions of fast auctions and always something to win on DealDash.com. And today, new users get a $50 bonus credit. Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you'll save.
And shipping is always free.
Oh my, cheese. It's the new OM Cheeseburger from Applebee's. Our juicy bacon cheeseburger served on a skillet of cheesy deliciousness. Too much cheese? Never. Applebee's new OM Cheeseburger for $11.99. Also on our 2 for $25 menu.
What a magical night!
He surpasses Mickey Mantle.
Mr. World Series!
MLB Network counts down the best 2025. Saturdays all off season on MLB Network.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
MLB Together, our core principal mission is to take care of our communities around our ballpark. It's really the legacy in the communities that last forever.
You know, when we have an event like the World Series, we should try to leave something behind for all that the communities and the fans in the communities do for us.
Together.
Imagine bringing your old baseball cards to life. Join Greg Amsinger as he chats with former players pulled from his own baseball card collection. The all-new Pack in Time, Sundays 1:30 Eastern on MLB Network. Francisco Lindor proved he's one of the top 100 players right now with his third 25-25 season. Find out where he ranks among names like Yamamoto, Ramirez, and Schwarber. Wednesday at 8 Eastern on MLB Network.
We continue here in MLB Tonight. This tweet from Katie Wu. After signing Edwin Diaz and Kyle Tucker,
guys, I'll give you 10 more minutes.
On Freddie Peralta. Given their rotation injuries last season, securing another durable starter is certainly worth it. I can't even see a straight face, Cliff. I can't even read it with a straight face. All right, meantime, please report walkout. The Padres are among the clubs to check in with the Brewers on Freddie Peralta. That, according to Ken Rosenthal. Peralta, ERA plus a 154 a season ago. He's incredibly affordable. Joel, $8 million for one of the best pitchers in baseball. What's the likelihood he goes to Southern California?
Well, I put nothing by the Dodgers, including waking up one morning and finding out they got Tarek Skubal. I mean, they are not worrying about what their perception is.
Yes.
They're going for great players. They're going for history. They want a three-peat. I think they're in it. But I think you said a key thing there. This player makes $8 million.
Yeah.
So 29 teams could afford this player. And I would remember the last time that the Brewers made this kind of trade where a player was in his walk year who was an ace was Corbin Burns. And he ended up a Baltimore Oriole, who, by the way, are also interested in Freddie Peralta. And the line was, it doesn't sound as good now, but DL Hall and Joey Ortiz were well thought of prospect kind of guys. They are, from what I hear, established a very similar mark for what the perception of those players were then. Lots of teams could meet it, including some smaller market teams. Now, can the Dodgers, the Mets, who also have money and prospects, just say, hey, we need more, etc.? But I know every time we hear the Dodgers, we just assume they're going to get them, and maybe I should. But I think that there's lots of teams in on him. I think there's lots of teams that are willing to meet that baseline.
Right.
And therefore, my gut says, since they've done it before, they'll do it again, even though they want to go for it, and this is their ace, but they wanted to go for it, and Corbin Burns was their ace. Of course, they had Freddie Peralta behind them at that point.
Yeah.
So I think it would probably be more than less likely he gets traded, but I don't think it's more than less likely it's going to be a big market team. I think everybody who is thinking they're a contender and needs a starting pitcher is in.
If you don't want a dog in the race, I just want competition. That's why Padres would be great, because Padres-Dodgers is a good rivalry. A.J. Preller is aggressive. He will give up top prospects. Everything Joel's saying, like, he could go to the Padres.
He could go to the Padres. I mean, when you think about A.J. Preller and what he's done, yeah, he will overwhelm you. He will go and give you max, you know, for a guy like Freddie, because he is looking at him as being a guy that we've seen in this game be exactly that. I saw a lot of him. You know, last year, the last couple of seasons, doing a lot of games for the Cubs and the NL Central, and he is an ace, right? He wants the ball every fifth day. He's durable. He's accountable. His stuff, he's going to give you length in the game. Is more than quality. So if you're a team, and I always equate some of these things, and call me crazy, Joe, but like I look at when the Astros got Justin Verlander, it was like, you're going to take me over the hump and win me a chip. Like, Freddie Peralta is winning you a champion. Like, he is that type of pitcher. So if I'm the Mets, I'm overwhelming the Brewers. Yeah. If I'm a team out there that needs, and you went out there and you the Baltimore Orioles and you want to get back on the map, I'm overwhelming the Brewers. Like, I'm going to give you what you're asking because I need this guy in my rotation.
I'll do three things quick. You mentioned the Mets. David Stearns traded for Freddie Peralta when he was in charge of baseball operations for the Brewers, so he knows it. He also got Peralta signed to a contract, which means that he's probably a guy who might do another extension before even going out on free agent. You have to think of that in a willingness, in a way that Skubal probably won't. He's going to get out into the open market. Scott Boras' client, likely to let the market dictate it. So you might cook into this. Maybe we could keep Freddie Peralta for a while. The last thing I would say is, again, the Brewers' desire is not to rebuild.
Yeah.
Their desire is to win. So I think you have to have close to or major league prospect types. Yeah. This can't be single A guys with big arms or, you know, big talent possibilities.
Yeah. Right.
These are going to be guys, I would think, who are going to play in the 2026 season.
Last prediction, give me a percentage. Chances Peralta gets traded this
I think it's more than less likely, just because of who the team is and what their track record is. And from what I've heard, multiple teams have met like the ante to get into the hand.
Yes, more than 50% chance Peralta.
Crazy. No. And the Brewers still win.
They'll still win the division. 88 wins, no problem at all. All right, still to come here on MLB Tonight. Honestly, a joyous day for all these gentlemen. That's right. Andrew Jones celebrating with a bunch of Hoffers. There's Adrian Beltre. I see CY, CC Sabathia, Outpost, and I see Yonder Alonso.
Yonder's over there. He's in it.
Yonder's in
all
it.
tanned up and chilling. Does he wear a hat to golf?
Their futures are looking bright.
He's definitely ready for the limelight.
One of the top prospects in baseball.
See how baseball's next generation stacks up today. MLB Network reveals the top 100 prospects. Friday at 8 Eastern.
Some dream of curling up on the couch for the night. Others dream of spending all day in their outdoor oasis.
They're my favorite.
Whatever the dream, it's in reach. At IKEA, dream the possibilities.
This is the true story of Alex. Recently promoted, he was earning more, but investing for the future, I definitely needed a plan. With his advisor, Dennis, Alex invested his savings into 3 accounts. One for now, one for later, and of course, his retirement. A plan in motion put the future in focus. The wedding, the barn-dominium, kids. Maybe kids. The point here, Alex has more than big goals for his future. He's got a plan to get there.
Real strength isn't pushing through pain, it's treating it. When there's no pain, there's more gain. Advil Liquid Gel's target pain caused by inflammation for fast, strong relief. Advil, that's real strength.
I'm a Denny's Super Slam. Hot stuff coming through. Okay, y'all can chill now with our new Slam.
What do we think, guys?
$10.
I got this amazing Japanese knife set for just 75 cents.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
There's millions of fast auctions and always something to win on DealDash.com.
Andrew Hayes, we'll come to you first. $6,200, and you wrote down, what is penicillin? Yes, much nicer to say than mold broth filtrate. How much will you add, Andrew? 1801, taking you to 8,001. Brendan Liao is in second place with 8,000. Does he have penicillin there? He'll be adding as well. What did you wager? Up to 9,337 for you. But Allegra Cuny could not be caught today with 18,200. Did she have penicillin? No. What is agar? What did you risk, Allegra? Just $10, leaving you with 18,190 and making you today's winner. You're headed to the semifinals, Allegra. Well done. Thanks for being with us today on Jeopardy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Where does confidence come from? It's not from within. It must be pursued. Confidence is not a mindset. It's an... In the GMC Sierra HD AT4X. Get 3.9% APR on 2025 GMC Sierra heavy-duty models. We are professional grade.
The new year comes with big news. We've been selected by the manufacturer to be a pre-owned superstore.
From now on, we will be stocking over 150 frontline-ready, fully serviced pre-owned vehicles of all makes and models. But not just that, our pricing will be in the top tier in a 200-mile radius.
Here's my promise to you. We will not be undersold on any new or pre-owned vehicle.
Better rates, better terms, and lower payments.
Make the trip to the Strip. Alexander Kia, taking the deals the other guys won't.
Future Alert weather isn't just your forecast, it's your ultimate advantage. Accurate and dependable. You get what you need to plan your day with confidence.
Future Alert weather only on 2822 and 2822news.com.
Your TV needs an upgrade.
Get local news, original shows, and more.
Free on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.
Download the 2822 Now app today.
Workday over. Now it's
thrill time.
And FanDuel Casino's new exclusive game, Huff and Puff Money Mansion, is packed with them. With mega hats bringing mega mayhem, paintbrush wins running wild, and maybe even a visit from you-know-who. Thrill time is Huff and Puff Money Mansion time. New players get 500 bonus spins plus up to $1,000 back in casino bonus.
Need money fast? You need Harry's. We got used.com.
Team USA, we are ready to roll. Extraordinary moments. We welcome you back to the NBA on NBC. Welcome to Super Bowl Sunday on NBC.
The battle along I-10 has played out 4 times in the NBA playoffs, swinging Houston's way in 1980 and 1981. Then again, 14 years later in the conference finals. San Antonio answered most recently, advancing in 2017. This year, the young Spurs have reclaimed their spot as one of the top teams in the West, finding a new rhythm, conducted by Victor Wembanyama.
Victor, deep three, we win!
Not far behind, Houston is surged, sparked by Alperen Şengün and Kevin Durant.
Yeah! We nailed it!
That's why you go and get that guy.
Deep in the heart of Texas, a rivalry is ready to be restored. It's the Spurs and the Rockets. Next on NBC.
This is the NBA on NBC. Tonight, the San Antonio Spurs visit the Houston Rockets. This is the AWS Rivals Week. Coverage presented by Kia.
Well, everything is bigger in Texas, and it certainly feels that way when these two teams go head-to-head. The Houston Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs, two of the best in the West from Toyota Center, and we're so glad you could join us. Welcome courtside, Noah Eagle, the Hall of Famer Grant Hill, Ashley Shamady. We look at this matchup in Houston coming into the season, bona fide contender heading into the Western Conference. It's been somewhat tumultuous, hasn't been as smooth as maybe some would expect. Steven Adams now out for the foreseeable future. Team's still trying to find an identity, but as long as you've got...
All right, guys, we tried. I'll be back next week. Appreciate you.